Once upon a time, in the suburbs of Chicago, there lived a little troll named Nicky. Now Nicky wasn't the sort of troll who marauded through a magical fantasy kingdom and slew mighty warriors, doughty dwarfs, and mystical elves. Nicky also wasn't the sort of troll who lived under bridges and tried to eat passing billy goats. No, Nicky was the sort of troll who lived in his grandmother's basement and spent all of his free time harassing people on the internet. Nicky's only friend was his pet gerbil, who he called Sparkles. Sparkles loved to climb into tight spaces, and Nicky kept her shaved so she could climb into a particular place that made Nicky very happy. Every time Sparkles would crawl into that place, Nicky would squeal with delight. Unfortunately, one day Sparkles got stuck in Nicky's special place, and Nicky's grandmother had to call an ambulance to the hospital to have Sparkles removed. After that, Nicky wasn't allowed to play with Sparkles anymore. This made Nicky very sad. "I am so very bored and lonely without Sparkles," said Nicky to himself. "I must make some new friends, but everyone on the internet hates me because they are jealous of my talent as a writer. If I were to try to make friends there, someone like Irritated Neo or the Oxidized Screw would come along and scare everyone away with their evil, bullying ways. Even though the outside world is scary, if I want to make a friend I must go to Chicago to find one," said Nicky. So that very night, Nicky set out for Chicago. "I am totally goth," thought Nicky, "so I will try to find a friend with the goths, and maybe I can even find a cute goth girl to be my girlfriend." Nicky searched high and low for a goth who would be his friend, but every time he got near one, they would begin to vomit uncontrollably because of Nick's horrendous smell. It is very hard to make friend with someone who is vomiting all over your shoes because you smell like an explosion in a sewage treatment center, so Nicky decided to go home and take a bath for the first time in 10 years. The next day, Nicky decided to try and find some friends again. After what happened, he knew the goths would avoid him, but since he was a writer, he decided to try making friends at the local bookstore. Nobody wanted to talk to Nicky because they were all waiting for a famous author man to show up and sign their books. When the famous author man came out, Nicky got very angry because the famous author man was really Byron Lee, the zombie guy. Byron Lee had written books about zombies, zombie worms, zombie satyrs, and even zombie crows. He had also threatened to write a book with the same title as one of Nicky's after Nicky called Byron's fiancée a bad name. Nicky got so upset he started to call the author man all sorts of bad names and even threatened to beat him up. This made the author man's fans very angry, and they beat up poor Nicky and threw him out of the store. Poor Nicky was very upset. No matter where he went or what he did, no one seemed to like him. It wasn't his fault that people were always bullying him because of his smell or his name calling. No, people were bullying Nicky because they were mean. "I am known to be playful around sailors," said Nicky. "I was very happy when I was in the Navy before they kicked me out for inappropriately touching a goat. Maybe I can find a sailor to be my friend." So Nicky headed down to the docks and asked the first sailor he saw to be his friend. Nicky was very surprised when the sailor said yes. Nicky and the sailor went back to the sailor's apartment, and the sailor showed Nicky how to play a game he called Hide the Sausage. Nicky thought it was a very fun game. "That was lots of fun," said Nicky. "I hope you won't be leaving in your ship soon, because that would make me very sad." "Oh, Nicky," said the sailor, "I am not really a sailor. I am a member of a Village People tribute band. You should join our group. We are looking for a new construction worker." So Nicky joined the Village People tribute band. He played Hide the Sausage with his friends the sailor, the policeman, and the Indian every day. Nicky was very happy and stopped harassing people in line. Now that he wasn't being so mean all the time, people started to like him, and everyone was happy. The end.